Buenos días a todos. Bienvenidos.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're going to start a press conference with a set of questions for Cristiano Ronaldo and then Carlo Ancelotti. Please, one question per intervention, and first identify yourself with your name and your media. He's repeating now the instructions in English.
We have another round of questions for Carlo Ancelotti. Please remember to turn off your mobile devices, and it's one question per intervention, and that we kindly ask you to identify yourself with the name and the company that you represent. Comenzamos. Preguntas para...
Questions for Cristiano. Jose. Good afternoon, Cristiano. Jose Luis Sanchez. I would like you to explain the gesture after you score before Malaga so the public would know what you wanted to transmit. What happened on Saturday stayed on the field. People who was there saw what they did. And I don't need to talk about it anymore. Smart people know what I wanted to say, but that's already water under the bridge. It's a new day, so we'll do it better now. Good morning. I would ask you to assess how Madrid is playing after last Saturday match. If you see that they have improved, people are really happy. So if this is what you want to do. And for our Portuguese colleagues, they ask about the duel between Portugal and Sweden. Thomas, just one question. We are improving. Truth to be told, we started a bit weak, but we are better now. We're training well. We're improving many aspects. And we need to continue because it's a long season. We have a lot of matches, Cup, League, Champions, and we have to improve little by little. We're doing a very good job, and we want to improve because that's the only way to reach success. Regarding the selection, I haven't thought about it. We'll have time. It's for next month. But the most important right now is Juventus, then Barca. So the national games are later. It's not the right time now. Good morning. I wanted to ask about the position in this beginning that you're testing different things. We saw you on the left with a great performance with Real Madrid. We understand you'll play where the minister will tell you. With Bale, will you be on the left and he on the right? Will that be the way, or there will be any changes? I'm in the same position, nothing changed. Maybe other people see other positions, but I play in the same position. Minister allows me to play where I feel comfortable. That's the way it started until now, so nothing has changed. Sometimes he may go a bit more to the middle, but then I'm in my position, as always. What kind of match you expect to play against Juve tomorrow? They seem to need more the points than Madrid, than you. You have enough points, so maybe it will be more difficult for you to focus in this game. Nope, I don't agree with that. We still have 6 points. 6 points don't qualify for anybody, so we have to win all matches to play against the Juve. It's great for the club. It's a big match. We all want to play, all players. And all players will be focusing on this game because it's the most important. The most important is always the next game. And we have to win. We play home. We expect a strong Juventus. We know they had a bit of a problem with the last match because they lost 4-2. But it's a great team with a lot of experience, very mature players in that sense. And we have to play well. We have to be focused. We have to be intense because that's the only way we can win. And that's what we want, because if we win It's more points and we'll be in the middle of the qualification. Hello, Cristiano. You are a man who looks for this goal to score. I would like to ask you about Benzema. He had a bit of a problem at the beginning of the season. And he was not very patient with the public. How do you see Karim Benzema? How do you see that situation, the fact that part of the public whistle him? We had good and bad times. We all players will have that. Maybe Karim is in the more complex stage, but he's a very important player for us. He doesn't score, but he helps a lot the team. Maybe in a while I won't score and somebody else will. That's life. We have to be ready for criticism. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not so good. But he's a professional player. He's a great professional and he has to be always ready for good and bad things. I see Karim is quite well. And I'm sure that sooner or later he'll be okay, he'll be focused, and he'll try and help the team to win. With goals, scoring or not scoring, with a lot of work, I see him fine, really. You were quite close to the Juventus. I was close to everybody. When you were in Portugal, I don't know if you can confirm that you even had some pictures for the Juventus magazine. Is that true, isn't it? Maybe you were not as close as for other clubs. They can say whatever they want, but the only thing I signed is Manchester United with 18 years old. That's as far as I remember. It's a nice thing now, just not kidding anymore. Knowing that I was 18 and I had a number of clubs that wanted me. Juventus was one of them. But what motivated me most, due to its history and all the players they had, the mister at the time, who was Alex Ferguson, it was a club that provided more guarantee to be able to grow as a player, to grow as a person, and that's... But there were a number of clubs after me. The one I liked most was Manchester. Hello, Cristiano. After the good feelings you had before the Malaga, I don't know if the players have the feeling that this week is not key, but it can measure what a team can produce during the season. I don't think it will be a key week, but an important one. As I've mentioned before, we're evolving quite well, we're training well. The team is improving little by little. That's the main feature of this team. We, of course, didn't start as we wanted, but we're doing well. We're working with the idea of winning, as we did with Malaga. Tomorrow we'll have Juve and then Barca. But it's step by step, little by little, focusing the priorities tomorrow, to win tomorrow, to get more confidence, to win Barca and continue. We can see that Champions is the most special tournament for Madrid. How is it for you? You won it already. What's for you as a player? I'm excited about winning any competition. Maybe for people, Champions is the most important competition. Maybe for me as well. But when I enter into a competition, I want to win. People sometimes may be a bit obsessed with Champions. That may affect the performance of the team. But as I've mentioned, we have to think game by game. Tomorrow we have an important one. We have to win 9 points, and then we'll see step by step. And when we get more important matches, we'll see. Hello, Cristiano. You've started quite well this Champions League, you especially, you personally. So that will be the way to continue, right? The last 2 games. That's right. Personally, I started quite well regarding the scores. But first we need to mention the team, because the team played quite well both matches. We won both, and we have to continue like that. We have to continue improving, because we know that a competition this is a hard one, and details are important, so we have to be relaxed, we have to go step by step, one more game, and at a personal level I'll try to do my best, help the team with good matches, scoring if possible, and to continue until the end of the year.
England. Can I just ask you, how do you think Gareth Bale has settled in here, and what's it like to play with him?
English, no? English. Well, I think Gareth Bale do it well. Since he arrived, he have a difficult time because he don't do it the pre-season, and it's injury now. It's not difficult for him, but I understand. If you speak with him, you can see that he's very exciting to play, to help the team, to getting better and better. But it's better to leave him alone. Don't make him pressure. Do pressure to another players. Leave him alone, because I'm sure 100% that he's going to do well for the club. He's going to help us a lot because he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic boy, and he always want to learn. And this is the most important. Of course, the people make him a lot of pressure around him because how much it costs coming from Tottenham, but I think it's not good. It's not good for him. I think if you wanna try to help him, don't make a pressure to him. Make a pressure to another players. I think it's the best way. Leave him alone, because I'm sure 100% that he's gonna do it well for the club.
Pepe Gutierrez, Fox Sport.
You've said a while ago that the team is improving, that you're working quite well, and you also said that this team will not be key, this week will not be key, but really important. I wanted to ask what is missing, or what do you think is missing on your job to get to that optimal point so you are the team Real Madrid wants to be, and if Juventus and Barcelona are going to be like a test for you to see that you have improved. We need to improve in all aspects. I don't see something just about improving. I believe both in defense, midfielders, and attackers. We are a team, and we have to work as a single one, and we have the base to improve in all aspects. I can just say one of them. Another thing, it will not be that I said it was not key, but it was going to be really important. It's going to be important because there are a lot of matches left. It's going to be the 10th, so we have 20 something more games to go on, so it's not going to be key, but it's going to be really important. It's going to be important to be more confident. So we can go after, if we win Juve, we can go after to Barca more confident. So that's what we want. We know it's going to be two complex matches, but we are just focusing on playing Juve tomorrow. What surprised you most about Mr. Ancelotti? I'm really proud to work with the Mr. Regarding trainer, he proven to have a wonderful performance, a wonderful work. I'm really happy to work with them. He's a really good professional, all of them, really nice people. I'm really happy. I cannot tell you anything else. I want to win with all of them, and I'm ready to help the coach so he can help me. We're a team, and we're going to help each other. Hello, Cristiano. 5 days ago, Iker said that if he doesn't play the next 3 months, maybe he would think about leaving the club. Are you worried about that? What do you think about the words of the captain? Each person has its own opinion, and those opinions are with them. I have my own opinion, but as you probably know, I'm not going to mention it here. I don't want any problems. I don't want to get in trouble, but I have my own opinion. Iker is important here in the club, as the Mr. said, and that's what I kept. Hello, Cristiano. I wanted to ask you if you have any memories from when you were colleagues in Manchester United, and how that will be for you? I played with Tevez for a while. He was a really important player for Manchester, for me, because we had a very good relationship. We won a lot of things. He was a player that we have to be careful with tomorrow, because he's a dangerous one. I expect that he won't have any trouble, that he will be okay, and that he wouldn't play well tomorrow. That's what I expect. But the main important thing is to win and to see Tevez again. He was a friend. Hello, Cristiano. They were mentioning the former Mr. Jose Mourinho, that the Spanish people had a phobic to Portuguese, that he felt mistreated as a Portuguese, and they chanted enough for you in the stadium. How do you feel about it? I don't want to go down that path. I think that started with me, because they were saying things because of me, but I don't see how. I don't believe that would be something racist. I don't believe that exists. Maybe people would chant it, so I would be bothered, so I would play poorly. But you cannot get mad with other people. We're professionals. We have to get used to it. We have to give our best in the field. And at the personal level, I feel very well. People love me, both here in Madrid and outside. Maybe a bit less outside, but quite well. And that's all. I don't feel that. Maybe other people feel that, but I don't. I'm happy here. I like Spain a lot, and I like people a lot. Like all years, one of your goals is to conquer the gold bull. They say that Ribery is the one who deserves most. What do you think about that? Like all my life, I've always respected what everybody thought. And once again, I have to work with the purpose of improving, to do all the best for my club, being at my top game. I have proven that for 6-7 years, that I'm at a really high level, and that's the way I have to continue. At the individual test, it doesn't depend on me. That's the FIFA that decides, captains, so I'm not obsessed with that. If I win, wonderful. If I don't, I keep working, I'll do my life, and I'm happy playing football. Good morning, Cristiano. You've mentioned before, because they asked about Benzema. Regarding football, who do you feel better with, Morata or Dream? It wouldn't be good. I respect the trainer's decisions, because he's the one making the decisions, he's the one commanding. So if the mister thinks that they're better to play, they will play, and I will try to do the best with Morata, Benzema, with whomever. I'm here to help this team, no matter who plays. I'm going to try to do my best as a player. I'm not going to mention one or another that I prefer. Obviously, I prefer one or another, but I'm not going to tell you. It's the mister's decision. Hello, Cristiano. I wanted to ask you, you say the team improves little by little. You suffered in some matches, and now you have Juve and Barca. Do you think you can win both games? Of course. We're Real Madrid. We're a top team, and we have to be on top. Maybe we are not on top yet, but we want that. We are going to continue. As I said before, we're going to keep on working, relax, cold head, because I'm sure that we're going to do fine. Fine until the end of the season. Always improving, with the being humble, because we need to improve a lot of things, but this is not a life or death game. It's another one we have to win against a great team, and that's it. Last two questions. Hello, Cristiano. I wanted to know what's the Juventus player you like most, and if you would like to see him playing with you in Real Madrid. As in Italy, would mention about many teams in Real Madrid that they like. I see Juventus as a whole team, a strong team, compact team, a team difficult to play against. To mention just one player wouldn't be fair on my side, because I believe that any of the players can make a difference. That's why we need to focus on all things. Maybe I like better Davis because he played with me, but not leaving all others because they're dangerous players. Last question. Hello, Cristiano. I would like to know something. There are two things that are obvious: that Gareth Bale changed the way of kicking the balls, and that he copied your style. Now that you're together and that you train together every day, do you give him any advice to improve that style that is yours? And do you talk a lot? Because players like the both of you don't get together in the same team, so you'll have a great relationship, I'm sure. Good players don't get together as good as you. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I believe all players can get together and have to get together, because that's the only way of having a better team. Regarding Foles, I don't see that he copies me. He has his way of doing it, the same I have my way. If he asks for advice, I'll give him advice because I like him. He is really nice. He's humble. He wants to learn. He's quiet. But I don't really see that he wants to copy me. And I don't see why we can't play together. The thing I want most is to play with him, because he's a great player from my point of view, like Di Maria, like Rese, like Morata, like Karim. I want to play with the good players. That's the way to win important things. This is the end of the press conference, and now Cristiano will leave, and we'll start Cristiano Ancelotti's. Remember, same thing, one question, and you have to identify. He's repeating now in English.
You must identify yourself with your name and the company that you represent.
Hola, mister. Por aquí, Alberto.
Hello, mister. Cristiano just said that he has a decision between Morata and Benzema, although he hasn't mentioned who. Can you tell us if you know the team for tomorrow, and if you can tell us the striker? The team is clear for tomorrow, because we have all players available in a good condition, with a good spirit. Only Xabi Alonso is not available for tomorrow. He has started training with the team, but I'm not going to tell you who will play tomorrow. Hello, Carlo. You're not going to say who's going to play, but can you tell us if Sergio Ramos is going to rest? He is available. He's okay. He can play. Is he going to play? He can play. Don't ask me for who's going to play tomorrow, because I'm not going to tell you that. I wanted to ask about the level of Di Maria. How did you see him? Bear in mind that he almost left Real and he stayed to fight for it. He's doing quite well, Di Maria. He's working well, he has a good quality, he's confident, he's excited about it. He wants to play in Real Madrid, he likes it. He has a good attitude, I'm happy. So I hope he will continue, because it's important for us. Also because he can play in different positions in the field. Sometimes as a midfielder, sometimes in the side. So it's important. He's an important player. Good morning. I wanted to ask for the youngest of the team, Morata, Jesse, Ramendi, Carvajal, if in these last two games with Levante, with what you see in Bernabeu, would that change anything for the immediate future, so they have more time to play in the team? I believe it's not as important to play more. The fun part is that all of them have understand Casemiro didn't play, and they're the future of Real Madrid. Real Madrid has a very good position, with 5 of their players from the youngest in this year, step by step, they will be the future of Real Madrid, because this is the club's priority, and the coaches, of course. Like everybody, there's a lot of competition. It's not easy to play here, but I believe the experience they have and what they're contributing for the team is very good. For instance, scored against Levante. He played quite well against Malaga. And they did a very good job. So I'm happy. I believe the players know as well, and they're happy. So it's a fantastic experience for them. Do you consider that Arturo Vidal is the key player Juventus has right now? And what do you think about him as a player? He's a very important player. He's quite dexterous to be able to play, to go into the area. So I think it's good. But the strength is the organization from Juventus, what they built throughout the years. They have good quality. The dangers is the organization from Juventus, not so much the players. Because it's not only Vidal, you have a number of players that have very good quality. I believe it's tomorrow when it's 100 days since your first training. So the best time of the team. I would like to know what you found in these 100 days is different of what the previous coach told you about. I don't know if you talked with him. No, I haven't talked to Mourinho during this 100 days. If this is the question, I haven't talked with him. It's been a long time since I talked with Jose. Also, the relationship with him is a good one, but it's been a long time since we talked. Good morning, Carlo. This match with Juventus, the last one was weird. It suffered a bit the other team's game. How do you feel about that game? I had the same feeling. To prepare a match, we need to see and analyze all the 90 minutes they played, the strength. 15 minutes doesn't make a difference, really. In football, these things happen. It's difficult to explain, but it has happened to all teams. I remember one season where we had everything everything people did not expect. So we have to see what the Juve did in the 75 minutes.
And coached many big games in your career. I wanted to know how you rank El Clásico. Is it the biggest one? If not, which is the biggest one? Thank you.
I know very well here is the most important game in Spain, but I think that we don't have to think that it's a special game. It's a special game because we are going to play against a really strong team. It's a special game because there is a lot of fight against the Barcelona and Real Madrid for a long time, but it's a game and we want to do our best. Will not be easy, but I think that our moment is not bad.
Ciao Carlo.
Ciao.
I would like to know, in Italy, they talk about Buffon a lot as a goalkeeper who starts having some trouble. I believe the situation is similar with Casillas. Can you comment partly about two players? The parallel comment is quite simple. Buffon played in all matches. Casillas is playing a bit less. But for goalkeepers, that's normal to have some problems, to make some mistakes, and that doesn't change the value of the goalkeeper. Everybody talks about Buffon ages, but he's quite valid as Casillas.
A lot of debate about whether Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale can play in the same team. You've proved that they can. How do you think their partnership is going to develop?
In general, I think that a good player has to play together, can play together, and it's good for the team if they play together. So the debate is not inside Real Madrid, it's outside, can be outside, but I think that problem like zero to play together, because also objectively for the position, one is used to play on the left, another one is used to play on the right, so there is no problem.
Hola, Mr. Miguel.
Cristiano said that his position didn't change. He still plays on the left, although sometimes he goes a bit to the middle. I would like to ask you if when he's recover, if you would think as Cristiano Ronaldo as a forward or to the left side. Cristiano Ronaldo starts in the side and then he scores in the middle, because it's kind of difficult to score from the side. So he starts on the side and then he can, as I've mentioned, he'll in the most comfortable position to play, because I'm not crazy enough as to change the position of a player who scores 50 or 60 goals in 1 year. Further to those 15 minutes that we talked about before from Juventus, do you believe today's Juventus has lost the strength or aggressivity as compared to the previous season? Well, I don't know. I don't think so. To provide an opinion about Juventus is also regarding the competition in the Italian league, but I believe the results speak for themselves. It had a problem with Fiorentina now, but it also played other games. So it's true that the team comes from 2 draws, but I don't think that would create a problem or important problems for the team. I repeat, my opinion may change a bit, but it's related to the competition created in the Italian league. You know about Juventus very well, you train there. What are you most worried about the Italian team? As I've mentioned, they have a very good organization, clear game. It's a good organization from the defense point of view. It's difficult to find a positive solution. They're dangerous in the counter-attack when they attack, because they use a lot the sides. They have a player with an extraordinary ability at the beginning. That's really important, the beginning of the game. So these are things from the team. A week ago, they said that Real Madrid was 5 points behind Atletico Madrid. That this week was going to be really important. They played well with the Malaga. They can ensure the classification, and if they win, they can win the league. Are you feeling that illusion environment, that euphoria? It's normal. I mean, the team in the match against Malaga, it was good. But we have to be objective. The match against Malaga was good. We need to confirm that. We need to play an intense match tomorrow. Brave much. That's our goal. I see that the team improves, they're more confident, they're more natural, they have a better judgment in the field. I said that we play well on Saturday, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I trust the team is better. The team can repeat a game like they did on Saturday with the intensity and the continuity. Regarding euphoria, I believe the team is focused. They know it's an important week. We are preparing the match as well. Everybody is focused on tomorrow because it's a difficult game, but an important one. And we have time to prepare the classic. How similar are the Ancelotti now from the one training in Juve? The hair, probably. Many things change because obviously I had a lot less experience before. I found a club with a great organization. The experience from Juventus was good for me to grow personally as a person and as a trainer. It's true that the results were not as good. But I have really good memories for those 2 years. I wanted to ask about the side. You've been changing a lot, the side. Are you going to keep doing that during the season, or do you know who's going to play where? I believe the work of the side players is really important, offensive and defensive. That's why they work a lot. They work hard because I want a lot of things for the offense and a lot of things to have balance. I'm changing because of the physical features, that's it. I wanted to ask you briefly, it's very difficult to play well and win in Real Madrid. Do you feel a lot of pressure on what's happening? Because I remember this summer in the US, last summer, everything was wonderful, and what happens now? I believe the problems all teams face, the ones I faced in other teams like Milan, especially when you start building something different, you need time. That's why we had a bit of a problem there, but my goal is quite clear, and we want to do everything we can. That's the history and the philosophy from the club. You said you need to confirm the good feelings against Malaga last Saturday. I wanted to know, maybe if you don't say the 11, if there's going to be a lot of change regarding the team that played against Malaga. I have a number of solutions because, as I've mentioned, all players are available, and that's very good news for everybody. Also because soon Xabi Alonso will be ready. That's why I have to think how many changes I'm going to make. Could be any change. Now that you have available, you have 3 midfielders? 4. Okay, 4. Are you going to rotate them regularly, or are we going to see a couple of midfielders that are fixed? Midfielders have great quality. Sometimes to rotate them could be good. Could also be good to avoid that they get injured, to rotate them. I wanted to ask about Xabi Alonso. You've mentioned that he will be ready soon. How long do you calculate? When will he be able to play? I don't know exactly. He started training with the team yesterday. That means that he's okay, has no problem. Just to start playing with the colleagues, going to the game, the training. I expect that he'll be ready soon.